At his rally on Saturday in Youngstown, Ohio, former President Trump went off on Democratic Senate candidate Tim Ryan. Trump, who was campaigning on behalf of J.D. Vance, accused Ryan of being a phony and falsely portraying himself as a moderate. Ryan has been shown leading Vance in most polls, but Ohio has trended Republican in recent elections. A recent poll showed President Biden losing to Trump in the Buckeye State by 10 points. Ryan, a 2020 presidential candidate and longtime House member, has sought to run as a post-partisan worker-centric voice in an attempt to counter Vance's populism. The Ohio Senate seat could decide party control of the upper chamber.
And just as importantly, you have to defeat the far-left Democrat phony running for the United States Senate. His name is Tim Ryan. And you know, he looked at my poll numbers. I think he's running, J.D., on an I love Donald Trump policy. But didn't he vote for Biden, Pelosi, and Schumer 100% of the time? And their policies are the worst. They're the worst. No, people call me, you know, Tim Ryan did a commercial. I think he really likes you. He doesn't like me. He doesn't like me. And I don't like him. He's been terrible. Tim Ryan is a militant left-winger who is lying to your faces, acting as though he's my friend on policy, pretending to be a moderate so he can get elected and betraying everything that you believe in. He is not a moderate. He is radical left. 100% voted for these Biden disaster policies. Tim Ryan pretends to be for Trump, but when I was president, he only voted with us 16% of the time. And these are great policies for Ohio. And over the last 2 years, he has voted with Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, and the rest every single time. It doesn't matter on what. It doesn't matter how bad it is. He recently called on his supporters to kill the MAGA movement. Then he said, oh, that's not playing well in Ohio. Let's end that. He wanted to kill. Did you see that? We have to kill MAGA. Kill MAGA. Now, if he says it, it's fine. If I say, we'd like to raise our voice a little bit to the radical left, he's a treasonous. It's treason. It's horrible. Oh, he's such a bad person. No, he wanted to, and he said it very strongly, kill MAGA. I don't think it works if I say it, but you know what? We better be careful, and we better be strong, and we better be smart, because these people are coming after you, and it's not going to be good. And I don't believe we've ever had a nation that's had to endure this. This is just the phase, the stage of evolution that they're in. It's getting worse and worse. This Green New Deal is a destructive force, and it's total bullshit, I have to tell you. And I was looking for another word, because every time I do it, I get killed, you know? Even our great First Lady, she'll say, you shouldn't have used the word bullshit. But there is no better description. I have a very nice vocabulary. I can't think of a word that fits it better. Look at Germany. Germany decided to go windmills all over, kill all their birds, windmills. They decided to go solar. Solar, I like solar, but it's very limited in its capacity. It can't fire their big, massive plants. And, I took a lot of heat. I made a speech at the United Nations, and I criticized Germany for making a deal on the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. Nobody ever heard of Nord Stream 2 until I came along. They had the thing almost built, and I said, what the hell is this? They're supplying Europe with oil and gas. And I said, that's not going to happen. And I told Angela Merkel, I'm sending her the flag, the white flag of surrender. I sent her the flag. But Donald, why do you send me this flag? I said, because if you look at the history of Germany and Russia, there's bad things happen. I said, and Angela, if you're getting 72% of your energy from Russia, here is the white flag, because you will be surrendering very quickly. Who the hell thought it was going to happen this fast, right? And you know what happened? It was very interesting. When I was at the United Nations making a speech, there were like 7 very handsome German gentleman, and they were smiling and laughing. They thought it was so cute. They thought it was so funny that I was making this statement. They're not laughing anymore. Most of them are thrown out of the place. And Germany now is going back to the old-fashioned stuff, including coal, by the way. But they have no choice. They won't have a country. They won't have a country left. Who would have thought it was going to happen so quickly? This guy Ryan voted to raise taxes on Ohio families on 113 separate occasions, including voting for Joe Biden's $326 billion tax hike on the middle class and every part of Democrats' inflation-causing spending binge. What a disgrace. I mean, they got $4 trillion, and most of it's just wasted money. Throw it right out the window. It's going to kill us with inflation. I mean, they should have used the debt ceiling to stop it. McConnell should have used the debt ceiling. I could have stopped that thing in 1 hour. 15 minutes, I would have said, you can't have it because we have a debt ceiling. You can't have it. But they'll come back and use the debt ceiling on us. Mitch McConnell is a disgrace, and I hope you're going to do something about it, J.D. He's a disgrace. He could have stopped all of it. And they still have time. They'll try and pack the courts. They're trying to get rid of the filibuster. You know that. And if they get rid of the filibuster, those courts, and, you know, the justices on the court, we put 3 great ones on. We have a couple of really great ones also. But they better be careful what they wish for, because they're letting these people get away with murder, and they're going to be packing the court, and they're going to have 23 judges, 26 judges. It started off with, they want 13. I said, they won't stop. They'll have so many judges, you'll have to hire a massive furniture company to build all the seats for the judges. And if they get rid of the filibuster, and there's a chance, because Mitch McConnell never used the power. He had great power. He had great power. He could have stopped it with debt ceiling, very simple, debt ceiling. Sorry, we can't do it. He could have even been nice about it. Sorry, we can't do it. We have a debt ceiling. We can't do it. What a shame. They've used it on us, and this guy didn't want to do it. I don't know what his problem is. He is the worst leader, and you got to get him out of there. Tim Ryan is an anti-energy extremist who publicly stated that, quote, I support the Green New Deal, made up by a young lady that I don't think she ever even studied anything about the AOC. I don't think she ever even studied it at Boston College, right? Boston University. She was a poor student, and she didn't take courses in the environment. Other than that, she knows a lot about what's going on. She's got a good line of crap, I'll tell you that. Because Nancy Pelosi's, they're all afraid of these people. You know, Israel used to have the strongest lobby. It was so powerful. You couldn't say a bad thing about Israel 12 years, 15 years ago, right? Today, it's like Israel is like, these people are just trying to take over Congress. It's terrible. Ryan called for completely abolishing gas-powered automobiles from the road. Oh, that's another beauty. A suicide plan that would obliterate the Ohio auto industry. This is going to destroy your industry. The industry will be destroyed. Bankrupt Ohio energy industry, send electricity prices soaring. We can't even supply the electric now without every car. And as you'll hear me say in a couple of minutes, they don't go far enough. They cost too much money. They got every problem. And remember, the batteries are all made in China, right? But you'll hear me say it in a second. I don't want to repeat myself, so I'll say it in a second. And trigger rolling blackouts all across your state like they're having in California. California now is a disaster area. Every day they're issuing, please turn off all air conditioners. Please turn off your televisions immediately. We don't have any power because we're fired by wind. Wind. Remember when I used to kid, but I wasn't kidding. Darling, I want to watch the president tonight on television, this president. I want to watch him. But we won't be able to because the wind is not blowing, darling. We have absolutely no energy. The birds are dying, but the wind is not blowing. They're all made, you know, those big turbines, they're all made in China and Germany, by the way, in case you had any doubt. Tim Ryan voted to support the Marxists, defund the police movement, while also voting against legislation to prevent the FBI and Justice Department from targeting patriotic parents and, by the way, patriotic politicians also. Tim Ryan fully supports the open borders left, having voted against the border wall. I used to have to fight this guy, and now all of a sudden he's saying what a wonderful plan we had. I was always fighting him. I never liked that guy very much. And I won his area by a lot. And he voted 3 times to support taxpayer-funded extreme late-term abortion, ripping babies from the mother's womb right up till the moment of birth. Right up until the moment of birth. And by the way, if you watch the former governor of Virginia, or even after birth, we put the baby aside, and then we essentially execute the baby. No, these are radical rights. It's been turned back over to the states. The states are going to do the right thing, and everybody's wanted it, including Ruth Bader Ginsburg wanted it. It should be in the states. And the Republicans have to get smart with that issue. It's a very smart. I'm a person like Ronald Reagan, the 3 exceptions. You have a certain term, you have a lot of things, but the fact that it was turned over to the states is going to prove to be very, very positive event. And they can't let people vote the wrong way on an issue that a lot of people don't understand. It's turned over to the states, and it's working out, and it's working out in a lot of places very well. And the places where it's not working out, it will work out. Perhaps worst of all, Tim Ryan has pledged that if he's elected, he will provide the tie-breaking 50th vote to abolish the filibuster. He wants to do it so badly, meaning Democrats will quickly ban voter ID, gut election integrity, pack the Supreme Court, grant mass amnesty to millions of illegal aliens, and bankrupt our country. Remember, I used to say, our country, if they win, will become Venezuela on steroids. Guess what? It's going to be worse than that. It's going to be worse than that. And it's becoming a very violent, vicious place. Our country is becoming a violent, vicious place, even politically. And they're the ones that are violent. We are nice and easy. They are the ones, these are violent people. These are lunatics. These are sick people.